Good morning to everyone. First of all, I welcome you all for the Google Classroom to learn about software architectures in e-learning method. I hope you all present and active now. Today, we are going to see about merits and demerits of using visual languages, need for formal languages in our Unit 5, that is documenting the architecture. Before seeing the merits of visual language, merits and demerits of visual languages, first, what is meant by visual languages? It is nothing but it's a form of communication. That is, it is not in a written languages to convey any meaning. It will be in a it is we can say it is an opposite to for written language, that is formal languages. Should we have pictures? We have pictures, images. We can communicate through images, pictures, arts, like that. So this we can say a visual communication. So through in television we are seeing that visual communication, right? So we are hearing the audios and videos. There is no written languages available there. So but through visual we can I understand the particular concept. So this is so through video conference. Or through in mobile phones we are having a we are calling a video call. So these we can say is a visual languages, or we can send some images like we are very tired, so the images will reflect that particular person will be like tired. So if you are smile, the particular person is very happy, like that. So we can understand by the pictures or the way the shapes or paintings or drawings, we can identify the visual languages. It is not a written languages here. So graphically, the ability to communicate visually is considered as important as literacy and numeracy. The abilities to read and count here. So some we can say some people are visual thinkers, literally thinking in pictures, using that part of a brain that is emotional. They may be sometimes they will be emotional. They can be creative to process, and then it will give us some meaning to our information. So this visual communications can find expressions in we can find expression in paintings. So we are seeing many paintings, right? So in some paintings it will be like it will have some themes. So it will communicate some themes here, some information to us. So we can send, we can they can paint like we can in a data also they can paint, and they can give it in a visual communication. So through painting we can express our communications through drawings, symbols we can use, or simply lines and shapes also arranged in specific effect can also affect our give an expression for our visual communication. Here we can say art is one of an example of a visual communication. The art is nothing but we can say a painting can convey ideas or evoke specific kinds of emotional responses. So it also expresses ideas about historical events, abstract concepts, or simply be about the way certain shapes or forms work together to create a certain effect on the mind. This we can say it as art. So through our art, that is pictures like a painting, we can express our ideas. So next one will be pictograms and ideograms, or types of visual languages. We can say what is meant by pictograms. It is nothing but the pictures that resemble what they signify. If we want to signify any of the themes there, so the particular picture will signify that. So we can say that is pictograms. What is meant by ideograms? It is nothing but the pictures that represents ideas and can often be understood without the aid of a written languages. So these ideograms will give some ideas or informations. Without any written languages, we can't able to identify the particular ideograms. But pictograms itself represent some specific informations here. Okay. Next, we can see the merits of using a visual languages. So the first one will be complementary. So what is meant by complementary? That is, we can say it is a non-verbal ones, that is complement to a verbal messages. So instead of using a for verbal messages, we are using a non-verbal messages. This we can say it is complementary. So this complementary will be one of the merits of a visual languages. Second one will be easy presentation. So informations can be easily presented in a non-verbal communications through using visual audio, video, and then silent means also one of the non-verbal communications here. Okay. So substituting. So substituting is nothing but non-verbal messages may substitute for a verbal messages, especially if the blocked by if it is blocked by noise, interruption, long distance, etc. We can use this substitution for verbal languages. We can use a substitution for non-verbal languages. For example, gestures, fingers to lips to indicate need for a quiet, or facial expressions. We can say, right. So we are giving that we are in facial expressions. We are saying that we are angry with you. So like that, instead of using a verbal languages, be quiet or don't do like that, we can give an emotions, that is a non-verbal messages here. This we can say the substitution. So this will be one of our merits here. Next one is assenting. So what is my assenting? It is often used to assent verbal messages. So verbal tone indicates the actual meaning of the specific words. So for words we are using assents, right? Next one is repeat. So use to repeat the verbal messages. For example, that is a point in a direction while starting direction. So we can say this is they will say direction. So we can say, if we need to use it, repeat the verbal languages, we can say it as repeat. So repeat also will be a merits of here. And then help to illustrate people. What it means? So this type of communication use gestures, facial expressions, eye contact, proximity, touching, etc. and without using any spoken or written word. So it is very much helpful to illustrate people. So here we are saying by touching we can explain some of the informations to the illiterate peoples, or we can say in eye contact, through eye contact we can, so through facial expressions we can say we are very hungry, so we are unable to say, so in the face itself we can say that facial expression, right? Or some gestures you can say can able to even illiterate people can able to understand using this. Next one will be help to handicapped people. So that is non-verbal cues can communicate greatly, help in handicapped people. So mainly the handicapped people alone will be using this. Like this will be very well useful for them. We all know, right? So deaf people for exchanging messages through movements of hands, fingers, eyeballs, etc. They can use this kind of visual languages. Next one is attractive presentations. So non-verbal communication is based on visual, picture, graph, say, sign, etc. So this we can say is an attractive presentation, right? So we can say this will be an attractive presentation. Next one is reducing wastage of time. So the message of non-verbal communication reaches the receiver very fast. If you are doing a facial expressions like anger, so it will reach within the second. They will reach. Instead of we can tell what they tell the informations in a verbal languages, so it will reach. Will take some time taken. So if we are showing the particular in a facial expressions, it will reach particular persons very quickly, so that the wastage of time get reduced in visual languages. So next to last one will be quick expression of message. So this will give symbols also communicate some messages quickly than written or oral messages. Instead of we are saying writing the particular messages, or instead of giving orally, if you are expressed in our through painting or facial expressions, it will reach quickly. So that these 10 we can say it is a merits of a visual languages, that is complementary, easy presentation, substituting a verbal with a non-verbal, assenting for verbal languages, repeat the verbal languages, or help to illiterate people using facial expressions, and then help the handicapped people using fingers, using fingers, and then attractive presentations by videos, audios, etc. And then reducing wastage, videos, audios will not become here. So reducing wastage of time and then quick expression of message here. So this we can say it as a merits of using a visual languages. Next we can say demerits of using a visual languages. What are all we can call it as demerits? Vague and impressive. That is, non-verbal communication is quite vague and impress. Since in this communication there is no use of words or languages which express clear meaning to a receiver. No dictionary can accurately classify them. So their meaning varies not only by culture and context but by the degree of intention. So some people's expressions will be differ, right? So their as usual behavior resembles. So the expression may lead to misunderstanding. So this will be the first demerits here. The second one will be continuous. So it is possible to stop talking in a verbal communication. So we are not, if you are using visual languages, we will stop communication through verbal communication, through normal writing or communicate through orally, so that the particular visual languages will be get continuous. So, but it is generally not possible to stop non-verbal cues. Also, spoken languages has a structure that makes it easier to tell when a subject has changed, for instance, or analyze its grammar. So, non-verbal does not lend itself to its kind of analysis. Okay, so that if we are even if we are using verbal languages, there will be some non-verbal languages, visual communications will be available. Okay, so if we are using only visual communications, it will get continued, so that we reject that verbal communication. Okay, the third one will be multi-channel. That is, while watching someone's eyes, you may miss something significant in the hand gesture. If you are only watching an expression in eyes, if we are there doing some gestures in hands, we are missing that. So this we can say multi-channel. We can't able to give a multi-channel. Okay, so everything is happening at once. So we are doing in eyes also, we are expressing some things, in hands also we are expressing some things. So we are can't able to multi-channel. That is, we are can't able to at a time we are not able to visualize our eyes and hands both. So this will lead to a miscommunications, and we can miss some gestures here. This we can say is a multi-channel. So the next one will be culture bound. So that is in childhood itself they have some cultures, right? So this will also affect the gestures also, will not be universal. If you are saying something, it will be based on the culture. So it will not be common to all. We can't say that it is common to all universe itself. Okay. So this will be the culture bound. So we can say symbols seem to be even further disconnected from any essential meanings than the verbal symbols. Okay. So gestures are seen as positive in one culture that may be not in another culture. So we can say some expressions that will be working in our culture. So but it will reflect to another people who will be in Kerala like that. So they have some other meaning of particular expressions. So this will lead to confusions, or this will lead to misunderstanding also. Okay. Then long conversations are not possible. So through non-verbal communication, that is visual communications, we can't able to converse. Long conversations is not possible. Okay. The next one will be difficult to understand. So some people can easily understand this visual languages. Some can't able to understand. So this somebody knows what this particular expressions will be. So it is difficult to understand for some peoples. Not everybody prefers. So somebody is not well versed in communicating with our visual communications. They need to do it in a written language, or they need to be said in oral. So using verbal languages. So somebody is not well versed here. So not everybody prefers this particular visual languages here. Lack of formality. So there is no rules and regulations to do the particular visual languages or particular expressions, or particular hand gestures. So that everybody have own gestures, everybody have own expressions. So that we can say there is no formality in this particular gesture. No formality can be followed in this visual languages. The next one will be costly. So in some cases, non-verbal communication invokes a huge cost. For example, if you are using a sign or a PowerPoint presentations, or and some animations we are using. So for this we will be get costly here. The last one will be distortion of information. That is, since it uses gestures, facial expressions, eye contact, touch, sign, sound, etc. So this communicating with others, we cannot, it may destroy. We can't able to record that, or we can't able to use this for we cannot able to save this particular amount of information. So great possible in distortions, whether there will be, if somebody enter into this for